jump in between us, and he was laying down. Kirsten just laid over his head, and I just laid over both their heads, and it just started raining debris on us.
Never in my wildest dreams would I have ever imagined the magnitude of destruction. And you just can't assume that people are going to be okay. So I guess my first thought was, that we lost our 3 children.
You get hit with?
Oh no. Maybe an ambulance here.
Why? Where did it hit you?
I had lacerations on my right eye, but other than that, I was fairly lucky. Beat up a little bit, but I was fairly lucky for the most part.
There is no lights. There's no power. There's no nothing.
The kids were okay, so I didn't think it was going to be as bad as it was. And as I turned the corner to go up the stairs, all you could see was the sky.
Come on, Josie, let's get out of here. The tornado's passed. We got to get out of here and get to... Josie, come on now. I realized that some of the structure was pretty much destroyed, that there's a potential that the rest of this, the first floor could come down into the basements. Josie, come on now. I know it's scary. Come on now. And watch the nails. That's fine. Josie!
When I looked out in my backyard, it looked like a bomb went off, like something I've never seen before. The destruction, like a picture couldn't even do it justice. Like, it went on for miles.
My first thought was to get Josie up and out of the house. I was going to take her over to one of the neighbors. I thought there would be more houses standing, but there was no houses standing. Josie, we got to get out of here outside where it's safe, where the structure falls. That's all right. I thought for sure I was going to be seeing bodies everywhere. There's a car right there. Right there.
Tornadoes covered parts of 3 counties. Washington's damage took about 3 minutes because the tornado was moving so fast through there.
That storm intensified right at the moment when it directly hit a large swath of residential area for the town of Washington.
We finished our service and I drove home. I needed to get into some other type of shoes and I had to change clothes. But I can remember my wife, I told her I didn't know what to do. I said, I don't know what to do. And she said, you got to go back. And, there was part of me that could have just went in the corner and sit down. But she helped me back to the car and I felt I was needed in the neighborhoods at the beginning, but we had a lot of work to do.
I'm out in Devonshire now. We've got multiple houses down on the ground and wires everywhere. We also have a heavy smell of natural gas. Get over the side here. Get over the side.
After explaining to him I was going right back to where that thing was headed, he volunteered to get out of the car and went into Artie's. It was just a brick building and it was down the hill, so it was mostly out of the wind.
saw Officer Patterson heading north on Wilmore Road. Got behind him.
I got hit with that just incredible rain and winds. I've been in heavy rain before, but nothing like that before.
There was trees down, went under some power cables right at Westgate and Hampton. I hit I don't know how many branches, but the houses looked fine. It didn't look like anything serious, anything really destructive.
My dad lives on the west end of town. Pulled in his driveway and he was standing on the front porch of his house. From his vantage point with the houses around him and whatnot, he couldn't see the tornado. He grabbed his rain gear and hopped in the truck with me, and we went right back into town to try to look for my great-grandma. The power lines were down. There was, you name it, it was in the road. So we kind of had to circle around town and come in the back way, and I parked probably a half a mile away from my great-grandma's house. Parked the truck and ran to her house. I knew the cell phone towers were down, so I grabbed my radio and my pager, and I just started running towards her house. The closer I got down the streets, the worse the damage was getting. The debris covering the road was unbelievable.
I started heading towards the edge of the destruction path. And then when I saw the three people just running at me, I had my emergency lights on at that point. They came running at me.
Police car was coming up towards us. They were running towards the police car. I was screaming at them to watch for down wires because there was a lot of them down.
They said they needed to get home to their kids. One of them had some blood running off his arm.